I'm Anna, and today I'm going to show you the proper techniques to potting a plant. What you'll need when you do this is the plant of your choice, a pot, the soil mix, fertilizer, a coffee filter for stopping the hole at the bottom, and pebbles for helping with drainage. You'll also need, if the pot doesn't have a built-in tray like this one, you might want to have a tray underneath a pot that will make sure that you catch any water that seeps out, and also a pitcher of water to moisten your soil. So that's what you need to get started. When selecting your plant for the space, it's best to have the indoor type plants because they only require bright indirect light, not direct sunlight. So this particular plant is a Pilea, and it doesn't require a lot of light at all. This is an ivy, and it takes a little bit more light, but again, bright, indirect. In other words, in front of a window, but where the sun is not directly shining on the plant is the best. When selecting the pots for your indoor plants, there are many selections. However, it's best to consider a glazed ceramic pot, such as this one, or a plastic pot like this one. These are both good choices for indoor plants. What you need to remember though is to have a tray for it so that it catches any additional water that can seep through. These are both connected to the pots, and if not, you can get the little trays where the plant sits inside it. The pot goes directly on top, and that will catch any drips. It'll protect your floors, your carpets, wherever the plant is on top of. To reduce shock to the plant, moisten the potting soil with a small amount of water and mix well, and then put into the container. You can also water the plant before transplanting. Place the coffee filter inside the pot to cover the drainage hole and add about an inch of pebbles on top of the filter. This will help with drainage. Next, fill your pot with the moistened potting mix and make a well for the plant to fit into. It's important that the top of the plant remain at the same level as it is in the original pot. Now take your pot, carefully flip it upside down and pull it out of the pot. At this point, you can also stimulate the roots by teasing them gently apart. Take some of the slow-release granular fertilizer. Just a small amount will do. This fertilizer lasts for approximately 4 months, so you'll need to reapply a little bit accordingly. Fit your plant inside the pot and add your moistened soil around the plant, making sure that the soil goes all the way around by the sides of the root ball. And then just fill in with the soil all the way around, tamping down into the pot so that there are no air pockets for the roots. And continue to fill the pot with the moistened soil. Again, pushing into the soil to make sure that it's all the way in. You can add a little bit more water. You won't need to add a lot because the soil is moist and your plant was watered prior to transplanting. Once you have your plant in its pot, then you just have to clean off the pot with a wet paper towel, and then you're going to put it in its new home inside. You can also buy these little cork trivets, and you just put your pot directly on that, and that'll just help to protect your surface. Water your plant weekly after this, and just keep rotating it in maybe every couple of weeks to make sure that the sunlight is being distributed equally. And enjoy.